Hello, everybody. I think, right? Are we working? Okay. Hello, everybody. We are on the draw, and we can get our planes with our Recluse, and then just kind of do what we need to do. So I think this hand is fine, and I would not like to mulligan. It's also entirely possible we just draw it naturally, and if we do that, then I'll be very happy. Just in case, I'll lead up with the mountain, because if we draw the planes, then I'm just going to slam the yearling and pass priority after I hit him for 2. Hopefully hit him for 2. Although I guess if he plays something, I probably don't care too much about it. Yeah. So the goal now, white mana. Didn't get there. That's fine. The yearling will be a little bit late, but not a big deal. I just have to remember to end of turn plane cycle. Okay. I was wondering if he was stuck on one color of mana. Apparently he is not. Thanks, deck. Turn late. Because this guy would have been nice just to play out on curve, but yeah. I'll just play this guy out then. Would have been nice to have a draw Nakatl instead. Just, here's 5 power suddenly. But, alas. I think I'm just going to play out the Viashino, depending on what he does here. Big ol' 5/4. I think I'm still going to play out the Viashino. In the next turn, I can probably just play this guy out and eat him, as he's completely outclassed right now. Or I could just eat him this turn. But then I'm 2-4ing myself to do that, which is probably not what I want to be doing. I'm not attacking. That doesn't pump enough. That could be a good attacker next turn, because then I can play out the armor. It comes a 7/7, I can swing with it. But he has a chump blocker that he can do. I think it's still the best line. Yeah. Okay. Because I don't feel like 2-4ing myself on the Viashino right now. And he's also, spending a green mana on this next turn. Yeah, not attacking with that. Alright, well, that solves that problem. If he was stuck on multiple greens, now he doesn't have that issue. Ooh, sorry, that issue. Oh, and he has Exalted, so he can hit me for 6. Well, I'm going to take the first hit. Trace of Abundance lets me play 2 things this turn. So I can pump this, swing with both. He'll probably block things. And then I can... Because I can just be like silly and just play out the armor and the Trace of Abundance, make this guy into a 10/10. The issue is he doesn't have trample or anything, so he'll just jump it with the Visionary. The alternative is I just attack with both, and I can go Trace, Viashino, eat the Yearling, and make a 4/4. Other line of play is I play out the armor and the Trace, swing with both. He blocks the Viashino. At that point, it's just dead on board, basically. It's a useless card. and I can then eat both of them with this and make a 6/6, which then blocks that. I think I like the play of running out the trace, pumping this, swinging with both, and then eating the yearling. So let's do that. And I'm assuming he'll just throw the Visionary in front of the Viashino. Okay. Gets me in for 2, and then pay the 2 mana. Okay. And then next turn I have a very big attack that I can make. Because that'll be 7, and that'll be 5. And then I'll also have a 3/3 back. It is concerning that he has 5 cards in hand. And I only have 1 piece of gas, but at the same time, I can draw, a number of cards that get me out of the situation. Alright, well, that's going to get in front of that. Yeah. So apparently he went with the make 1 creature huge off of the back of Exalted plan, which, is a good plan. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right, 1 mana short of playing out both. I can attack with both and then play out the Brute as a quote unquote chump blocker, and that'll be 10 damage coming at him. So I'll probably end up having to chump somewhere. The issue is if he has any way of dealing with the Brute, I lose. Alternatively, I can just play the Brute, attack with this, double block on that, which is a 2-for-1, but this is the only threat he has out right now. That only goes up to 6 toughness, so I can get away with playing the Armor Guard, I guess. Now let's play the Armor Guard, pump everything, swing with these 2, see if he blocks, because he might, because that's 7 power, and this is 5 power, and that's a ton of damage. And if he does block on something, then I'm happy. If he doesn't, I have this guy out to block and jump into that. And then the next turn I can play this out, which pumps that. This doesn't get any bigger, but it's still a lot of damage coming at him. So let's do that, I think. Should have left open the green mana, but oh well. And this is a risky play. He has a bunch of cards in hand. He could very easily have a way of throwing this card on top of my library, back to my hand, into the graveyard. But if I had 1 more mana, it wouldn't be an issue because I just have, a bunch of blocking power and toughness for that. Is he debating saving this somehow? Or does he have a way of saving it that also just kills me next turn? Because it's possible he has like a bounce spell, like an unsummon or something in hand. He's debating whether or not he should bounce the sorcerer to keep it alive, but he might have just saw the line where he just wins the game. If I don't have anything, and that could be what he's expecting. Maybe he just doesn't think I have anything, and the game plan is uh, get this out of the way, attack, kill me. All right, is going to attackers. He might be hesitant to attack if he doesn't have a way of dealing with my threats. Okay. Apparently someone's at my house. Um, Hold on. Sorry about that. If you're still watching and wondering what's going on, there's somebody at my house and they're uh, being weird about stuff, so I'll be back. Don't worry. Um, for the sake of match time, I'm gonna hit OK. Because if he does have the unsummon or something, then I just want to make sure that he uses it, and then I'm not wasting game time. I'm wasting time in the um, between rounds. All right. Well, he passed priority, which means I am getting the block. So unless he has something that gives trample and a power boost, I'm fine. So he has a land and a Hush Blade. Okay. Now would be a good time for some removal, so I can get rid of that. Jeez. All right. Well, Thank you, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. All right. Well, now the guy's gone who was here. All right. Well, let's see. I think the line is just play out the brute. Can I afford to attack with the Viashino is the question now. He has one card in hand now. If it's a spell, then I'm probably in trouble. He only has one Exalted guy. I don't have to worry about either of these guys because I can do effective blocks. I can put a 4/4 on this. I'll probably put the Brute on this, 4/4 on this on this if he attacks all out, which I doubt he's going to do. I think his game plan is just to try to maybe hit me for 2 in the air a couple times. So the question then becomes, do I need the Viashino back? I don't think I do. I think I want to Abyss him and kill his Outlander, because I'm assuming the Outlander is the thing that he's going to block with. And this gives me 2 blockers for that. And I'm not against double blocking next turn if he goes for the Exalted attack with the Cat plan. So we'll pass turn. And if we can draw some of our removal, then we're in a pretty good shape. So we can, burn one of his guys out during his turn to blank his attack step after an alpha on our part. Alright, so he is going for the attack us for 2 in the air turn. Or rather play. Which I think is the right play on his part. Because he has chump blockers. He has 2 cards in hand. I don't know what they are. If they're... Alright, so one was a land at least. Alright, that's a pretty good card. I think I just attack with the Viashino though, because again, that's just lethal. And at this point, any 2 creatures are lethal, for the most part. So I'm just going to run that out and attack with this. Because this on its own is lethal. Okay, what if I attack with everything? He has to block any 2 things, or he loses. So we can just go block, block, and then I still have a blocker for his one guy, and these 2 things are going to die. He can also trade that off and chump with that, and I still have a blocker for that. And this guy, if I only had a way of giving him haste, I could just end the game right now. By, next turn I can shoot this to tap it down. And then I wouldn't really care about attacks. Alright. Is this the... No. I'm trying to think like modes of charms and like anything that he could have. I guess if I attack with all 3, he blocks 2, then I have to chump with the sniper. I don't like that plan. Yeah, because if I attack with all 3, he'll just go chump chump. He'll take 4, go to 1, and then I have to chump with the sniper. And if he has anything, then I lose. Which, again, I put him on anything before and he didn't have it. Alternatively, I can just hit him with this and abyss him, but then I have to kill him the following turn. And if I have to kill him the following turn, he'll hit me with this. This will be dead. If I attack with this, so he'll have these 3 creatures. This will attack. He'll block. Be able to go block, block. No, because I'll shoot that. I think the line is just attack with the Viashino. It gives him less outs, and it gives me more outs. Alternatively, I could attack with 2 creatures, and that gives me the ability to chump that if or throw something in front of that if I need to. That isn't a sniper. So attack with the 2, then he has to block just this, and then he goes to 1, at which point any creature is lethal next turn. And he has to block this. Yeah, I think this is the better line. This way I have 2 ways of holding back to block this if I need to. And if he goes for an alpha, I have a block here and a block here. So I guess the brute probably should have got in as well. That way he has to double jump. Alright, well if he's just going to do that, that's fine too. And if he has a trick, he's got to show it now. Maybe not has to, but it would be wise for him to... Okay. So if he attacks with this, I just block with brute. Yeah, okay. Got there. He didn't have as much removal as the other deck, but I still don't think I want to bring in like the Sigil and the Might. Maybe I want to bring in a Scatter Shot. He did have the 1 flyer, but if I only saw 1 flyer, I guess I don't want it because I have my own. Let's just run it back and just try to win off of the back of this stuff. Yeah. I think this is the right line. Because I don't think bringing in like a Might of Alara or a Sigil or an Exploding Borders or what I want to be doing with this right now. Because he seemed, just like he had a fair Bant deck rather than one of the ones that's just like doing like a billion exalted creatures. And Might of Alara and stuff doesn't really deal with that anyways. And when someone's playing blue, I tend not to trust them with things like Sigil and Might when he has... I think they have like a Sorcery Speed Griptide. They have an Unsummon. Well, they have actual Unsummon. They have 1 or 2 other creatures, or other things that he could do that make things like Might and Sigil really bad. And I don't think I want to make my deck smaller by cutting anything anyways. So I think this is just the right way to do it. That's an interesting way of fixing. Target land you control becomes the basic land type you choose until end of turn. So it's like a 1/1 that filters, I guess you could say. So I don't know what he's doing right now. I think we're 1-0, right? I didn't miss a game. I got confused because I had to walk from the computer for a bit. Yeah, we're 1-0. And clanmate Schnauzer is in game 3. Alright, so we got to play kind of fast here because I don't want to lose to shenaniganry. I do get a Yearling out on turn 2, which is nice, and I can do that into a Sniper. The alternative is going the other way with it. I didn't see any removal from him, did I? It was just like a big creature, and that's really good against that. Plus I can tap down whatever he plays and then attack for 2. So no. Let's do it this way. Or I go Sniper into Yearling. Hopefully then into Viashino into win the game off the back of a overrun effect. We also have perfect mana. So this seems like a very good hand to keep, because most of our draws are good, if not all. Because like land is good, because then I get to play out like Glory Scale and whatnot. And creatures are good because most of my creatures top out at 4, and I was only 1 mana away from those. Sweet. With the Aven Squire, maybe I just want to... No. I'll just play out the Sniper and make him have something right now, or else I just get to kill it for free. I think that's better than just trading 2 damage for 2 damage. Wow. I'm just curious as to why he just rage scooped. Like, does he just have a handful of X1s right now? I'm not upset that I won the match, but I would have preferred to play it out at least. And the Sun Sniper, yes, it's really annoying against decks like his, which are Exalted based. And we did see, what, 3 creatures of his that would be X1s in this situation, because the Bant, or the Hushblade. Is it the Bant Hushblade? Would have been an X1 right now. But, alright, well, I mean, we won the match. We're going to the finals, which is fantastic. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys for holding on at the end of that last match when I played the element of suspense of both will he win the match and also what is that guy doing outside and why is he going away and is he ever coming back? Well, clearly I uploaded the video. See you later.